Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be part two of this journal, soft cover, fabric cover journal process series that I'm doing. Part one is I uploaded and it's on my channel, so I'll put that, link that below. The first one we talked about cutting down the yellow envelopes for a journal cover and cutting our fabric, and I'm using this beautiful yellow fabric. It's like a navy and yellow. So this is going to be the front. Wait a minute. Yeah, it goes this way. That's the top. And we got the first piece on, and now I'm going to add the inside, but what I did is I just simply tacked it because I am going to sew. Just mitered the corners and tacked it with some fabric tack glue. And this is going to go right on here, but I think what I want to do is add some type of trim in between, and also this Grosgain ribbon that I found, and it's kind of it's pretty old, and there's actually some inking on it, and I must have used it for something else and did some inking. I see actually it looks like some gold, some bronzy or gold, like a gold ink on there. So I'm going to use that. I might cut this piece off because that got stained with another color ink. So that is going to go in for the tie. I'm going to do a tie enclosure. Actually, that'll go right in there, tie enclosure. But I did pull out, oh, sorry guys, the camera's crooked. I did pull out some different trims, and we're just going to move on and do some trim in between the cover, the back cover and the front cover, because I just thought that would look nice. So I have pulled out some different cotton laces. This here, which is, oh, I don't know, some kind of a trim. It's got little, you know, the little hangy things off it, little tassels hanging on it. So also, I wasn't sure, not that, don't want that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or if I wanted to actually put in some pretty lace in between. So we're just gonna play around and see what, you know, what I like and what I think will work. These laces, these aren't white, these are like a cream color, and it's just pieces of embroidered lace. So we could do, this one's too, I don't want to, that's too, that'll be too much trim on that piece, so that one won't work. This one might work. I want to see what this looks like in between. This is like almost, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Let me put the other light on. And you know what? I'm going to turn my overhead lights on too, guys, while I'm at it, so we can get a good, you know, plenty of light in here to do this. And then maybe you'll get to see the colors. So this is almost like yellow. So, but it's not. It's just a deep cream color. So I'm going through my darker, the more creamy color laces, because I really don't want white, because this is cream in here in the flowers. This one, let me see. I kind of just have them all folded in this box. I know I could do a better system than this. And then I have my white laces over here. So it's not probably the best system, but Let me see what this one looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. All right, let's try. My voice is squeaking. This one's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see if we're gonna like the lace or we're going to like the trim better. All right, let me see what the trim looks like first. Where's the end? There it is. It's just a, you know, we could actually do both. Let me see. It's just like a tassel trim. I would just tuck that right in there, like that. I just want to see what it would look like. Let me see, fold it over. Oh. It's kind of hard to tell without it being tacked on there. I kind of would like this little bit peeking out. Like that, maybe. That might be fun. You know, this is actually the back, but I just wanted to flip it over and see what that might look like. I don't know. I'm wondering if those tassels would get in the way. That's an idea. I think I'm gonna keep this out. I might use it at the bottom of some pocket, the front pocket and the back pocket. I think it's kind of cute. So I haven't used that before. I might have used it once or twice. Let me see what this one looks like. Let me see what's the front. Here's the front. Actually, I'm going to do it over here on this side. Oh, that's pretty. I wish I could hear what you guys were saying. Like, pick that one. No, pick that one. Actually, I have that upside down, but oh, that's really pretty. That's lovely. I think I might like that better than the tassel. There's this one. Let me see what this one looks like. Yeah. A lot of, oh, that. Now, I'm just going to be, I'm going to turn it this way. Let's see what, oh. Oh, I like that. I think I want it hanging out even a little bit more. That's pretty. Oh, decisions. Let me see this one. This one's super cute too. I just hate to lose all of this, but that's just, let me tuck this one in and see what this, these are all floral themed, or floral embroidered. Now that one I don't really like this one. So that one's out. I'm gonna put that one away. Process of, what do you call it? Process of elimination here. Let me put that back in my box. Do I want the tassels? Let me just see something, because I wanted to use, let me try it this way and see. I wanted to use the, I wish this was just a little wider, that the tassels are sewn on, the trim. This is not the way, you know, I would normally use that. But just thinking out loud. Okay, I'm not going to use the tassels. I don't like the way that looks. Now it's between this one or this one. And you know what? Either one. They're both lovely. I might use this one because I think I'm going to keep I think I'm going to keep this one for probably a pocket or something because it has all of this, and I don't want to cover that up. Okay, so now we've got that figured out. Now I'm going to cut this down to the size. This has a little discoloration on it. Let me go to this end. Just have to try to figure out what, okay, this is the back side and this is the front. So I think I want it to go this way. So let's trim. Let me just make sure this is what I want before I cut it. Yeah, that's pretty. Do I love this? Yeah. I don't know. Let me pull this one back out. I think I almost like this one better. They're both. Oh, okay. Just make a decision, Julie. Okay, I'm gonna go with this because I still want to cover that. All right, let's cut down the lace. Well, and then I'll tack it in, and then I will come back and go over and sew, sew all the way around. Okay, let me see. All right, now I need 2 pieces, one for each side. I'm only going to do the sides. I'm not going to put lace at the top. Oh, that piece has a mark on it. Okay. We've got a hurricane coming down here, looks like. We didn't have any major hits last year. I've been through a lot of them. Had a lot of damage to a lot of different houses I've lived in. You kind of just get used to them after a while. But anyways, so we're getting ready for that one. We're hoping it goes, well, we're hoping it doesn't hit the States at all or any landmass, We always pray for that. I don't think I want to ink this. I think this is pretty just the way it is. So that's what's going on down here. And so we're watching that. They expect by the weekend. And we were supposed to actually go away this weekend, just up to, I'm gonna cut a little bit more off of this. The Orlando area, but it doesn't look like, when you're in preparation mode and all that, you got to take your anything that's outside in and secured on the inside of your house, go get supplies. So if you lose your electricity, I mean, we did a couple of times we've lost our electricity. One time it was 17 days. And that's not fun when it's hot, let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tack this in on this side. Oh, not yet. Actually, yeah. Because I'm going to secure the ribbon. Let me cut this ribbon in half. I'm going to secure the ribbon on the inside of the book as opposed to the outside, so we don't crush that, I cut this in half, so I have one piece on each side. We don't crush the lace when you close the book. All right, so I think that's about how far I want it to hang over. So I'm just gonna add a little glue because, like I said, I'm going to sew this. That's where that'll go. Okay, we'll do the other side. It's a little crooked, isn't it? I'm going to tuck this lace up in here. Let me just trim this off a little bit. I'm going to try to look at my camera and make sure I stay in frame today. I did notice that yesterday's video, I did a video of journaling prompts and fabric and trim and fabric tags, and I was out of frame too many times, so I'm going to try to I think I've did that. I don't know. No, I think that's okay. I really have a rough time sometimes with this embroidered telling, see that? The front and the back. Yeah, so this is the back, right? No, this way. I think I did it that way. Okay. So you kind of, when you're preparing for a hurricane, you have to really prepare ahead of time as far as getting water in and things like that, because you never know, you know, how much the storm is going to affect you. And a lot of times the stores run out of water, bottled water and things like that, and you know, you can't drink the water that comes out of your tap because there's usually a problem with it from contamination and things like that. So you have to make sure you have, and gas for, an outdoor grill, because if you lose your electricity, you're not using any electric appliances. So, all right. Now I'm going to add this ribbon in, and then we'll glue the top panel. So let me just measure this so the ribbon, okay. This is 8.5, so 4 1/4 if I want to put the ribbon right in the middle. So I'm just going to mark it with my finger here. And go ahead and glue, oops, I want to glue this part in because it's got a little staining on it. Glue this in. Actually, I want to glue in a little bit further, just so it's good and secured, because I have plenty here to tie. All right, and we will do the same thing on the other side. Now, in this house that we moved in, still talking about the hurricane because it's on my mind. Usually what happens, like my daughter I live in a concrete block house, and we have certain codes here for building codes now for the newer homes, but you live in an older home and it's not up to code and you're living in a frame house, that can get kind of scary. And you've got to put shutters on your windows and all that. But we're fortunate that this house is a new house. We were able to move in here, and this house actually has impact glass, so we don't have to. We used to have to go through the tedious process of putting storm shutters on all our windows, and even years ago, 20 years ago, we would have to put plywood on the, we didn't even have the shutters. And so, but my daughter may end up having to come here with her 2 little ones, because they have a frame house, and if it's over a category 2, what happens is it ends up spawning in a lot of times tornadoes and things like that, and that's almost more damage, you know, than the heavy winds. But the flooding is really what you have to watch out for down here. You know, we got the flooding. So, but we're pretty high here. We're not right directly on the coast. So we do have a lake behind our, well, like a man-made lake behind our home. But it's kind of down. All right. I want to make sure I do the right, is this up? Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on. And then I'm gonna let it just secure pretty good before, I want the glue to dry just a tad, because I really don't want to bring that, my needle through this tacky glue. Yeah, this is definitely gonna need sewn because I didn't do a ton of glue. But I'm gonna sew all the way around. So this is the inside. Now, before I do that, I have to determine if I want to put in some fabric pockets. So I can sew those in at the same time. Like this will be the front, and this will be, you know, the back. So I would put a pocket here maybe and a pocket here. I've determined that I'm going to do 2 signatures in this, so I'm actually kind of planning ahead, which is, now if I want to put a pocket in here, I'm trying to figure out if I want to use a fabric pocket. I really need a coordinating fabric because I don't want to come in and add this again. I do have, I could just use, the color's off. It's too, if I had this color, I could use that color. Or I could do a cardstock pocket. Let's see. I did pull out this. Here's the cardstock for my that I pulled out from my stash for my signature covers. And I did pull out some papers and things like that. And I'm also printed out, while I'm letting that dry and I'm talking to you, Mrs. Cog's Yellow in the Garden. And this is just 1 page. And I thought that would be so pretty just to pull in the yellow. So I'm going to try to keep the yellow and the blues throughout the book. This is this paper right here. I mean, I'm pulling from what I have in my stash. I'm sure I could find papers that matched better if I went to the store, but I'm going to use what I have here. So I have these 2, and this has coordinating, well, not a coordinating, another print on this side. And I believe this is die cuts from a view paper. And this has the floral design, so I'm probably going to use those. I also, I like this one. It's got just the cream and the dots, like navy dots. So that could go. This is a Tim Holtz, and it's just a navy floral. I thought maybe that could go, even though I'm not really loving the number side. But that's okay because, you know, I'll probably end up, it'll have tabs and tags and all that in it. And I could always double-side it. And then I have this, which is the yellow colors. So I thought, you know, I could pull that in. I don't need this much cardstock because, you know, I'm going to use other papers. But I also have this. But now that I'm looking at it, this is really, I liked the script on this side. I don't think I'm going to use this. I don't think this is going to work. So I'm going to put that aside. And I did get, okay, I'll show you. I have a pile here of papers, so that will be the next thing. And what I did is I did do some, okay, they're already cut down, except, see, I've got them all cut down, and we'll just sort through as we go along. I did some printed vellum and just a variety of different papers, and I've got them ready to pick, you know, to put into 2 signatures. So I have a stack there of different, there's some coffee dyed and other papers in there. But I did come in yesterday and do some watercolor washes because I wanted to add a little color in. And this is like a glimmery, like a glimmer, I don't know if you can see that, watercolor. And this is just yellow. And I just wanted to add these in. And what I did with this, if you can see this, I did a emboss resist with watercolor on this. And this is just a script stamp. And because I wanted to have a little texture in there, and then you can see the script stamp through the other side. But I just did this blue watercolor wash on it, and this one as well. And I think this is not the right color blue, so I won't use that one. Let me put that. I'll use these 2, and then I've got this, but I don't think this is the right color. And I did again the embossing technique and then the watercolor wash over it, but this is too peachy, so I'll add those to one of these 2 colored papers. All right, so what I've got to do yet is sew around here, and I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna come back and film the next part, and that will be picking our papers and sewing them in. I didn't figure out pockets yet, did I? I could. I was just going through here. Hold on. Thinking. I have these, and this would make such a, these might make pretty pockets. I can always come back and sew them back in after I sew. Let me think about the pockets, and if I want to use just these images, these yellow in the garden images. Oh, look at that bird. That's not big enough. I could enlarge it. I like the bird. No, I like these. These 2 are nice. I think I might just use those for pockets. I'll have to back them on some cardstock. I'll come in and I'll ink them, and then when I sew, I'll probably sew them right in. But I want to make sure I have room. I'll have to mark this room for the 2 signatures on each side. So, okay guys, that's it for today, and I will be back for part 3, and we will pick our papers, and then we'll probably sew them in, and then, well, I may do some script stamping and stuff with you first, and maybe just a, you know, oh, you know what, we also have to make the cardstock signature covers. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.